episode where we discuss the 6 pieces of the curriculum that I've built for my business, Unlock 20, that is aimed to pull men out of the world. The curriculum I built for this business is what I essentially used as a coping mechanism in 2020, 2021, when I had all the things I'd ever dreamed of, the success on YouTube, the supercars, traveling, not looking at the price of things, and still yet found myself purposeless, confused, frustrated. Personal development was the means that I had chose at the time to artificially generate some sort of progress in my life when I couldn't find that in my business. It started with health and fitness, and then it was building my character and becoming a better communicator, prioritizing better community. Then all these things, ironically, led me to a place today where I'm more mission-driven and purpose-filled in my business than I've ever been in my entire life, actually serving and offering a service that's valuable, that's changing the world, that is changing young men's lives. This 6-piece series that I'm doing on YouTube is essentially diving into each piece of the curriculum. Sort of hierarchical, but not entirely. So far, we've covered character and we covered community, which I feel are 2 very, very important pieces of the curriculum. Faith being the most, which I will save for last. It's something I want to offer gently. Today, I really want to talk about health and fitness, which is great because as you guys can see, this season of my YouTube channel and even my forward-facing socials, if you were to look at my life from the outside, it would seem like athletics is my main focus, which this is my real North Star, and athletics are sort of the thing that I enjoy documenting most, and also the way that I reach an audience of really hungry and dedicated young men. But personal development is my main focus, and fitness is just a really big part of that. And whenever I'm asking clients on the one-on-one consultation calls, if you guys want to book one, I'll have the link to book a free call below. When we go in and I have my clients sort of rate where they're at in this season across the curriculum, we often get clients that are really into athletics. And I'm always careful to let them know that just eating healthy doesn't mean you are healthy. Just moving your body and exercising a lot and doing a lot of sports doesn't mean you're healthy. This encompasses all things. We're talking, how rested are you? How are you sleeping? How much energy do you have during the day? Are you not only fueling yourself calorically well, but are you fueling yourself with good, energizing food? Are you getting outside and are you seeing sunlight? How's your circadian rhythm? That's likely affecting your sleep. All of these things are so important, right? And they're not just important to build self-confidence, to take care of your temple, right? To respect your body, for longevity. If you're a biohacker, like it's also important because how you feel and how much energy you have and how recovered you are is largely going to affect your business and your capacity in which you can be effective. It's largely going to affect your relationships and how you show up and the amount of patience you have and the management of your emotions when tensions are perhaps high. You can't properly communicate or articulate thoughts well if you've got brain fog or if you don't have a ton of energy. Again, so like all of these things and these pieces of the curriculum sort of trickle into each other, and health and fitness sit higher up at the top. If you are successful in business and finance and are unhealthy, I don't find you successful. If you have a thriving community, traveling the world, speaking at events, and you're not finding time to move your body and you're not fueling yourself well, I don't find that to be a win. Health and fitness are something we need to prioritize, especially in a world right now where all the cards are stacked against us. It is really, really unfortunately expensive in America to eat healthy, which is so backwards and it's so unfortunate, but that is the reality. There's so much lack of truth. There's so much deception, paid literature, and BS. Like I just made a TikTok yesterday of like ABC News or something, essentially shaming electrolytes, saying that like, oh wow, like now we need to convince people that like water's not wet enough. And it's like for the average American, the electrolytes are doing essentially nothing. I'm like, yeah, because the average person in America is sweating 1 time a week, right? Like your abnormal person in America who's sweating at least an hour a day is losing 1,000 milligrams of electrolytes. And so in a world where our food source sucks, our water sucks, and isn't natural spring water most of the time, yeah, there is a need for supplementation of electrolytes, but you're not going to see that in the mainstream. And you're seeing the medical system try to condemn holistic and naturopathic science, and it's sad because for the first time in history, there's a challenging of these big systems and corporations that have controlled the narrative for so long, right? Who have told us that canola oil and these polyunsaturated fats are the oils that are good for us. And that naturally occurring fat in steak and avocado is like the enemy, which is such a lie. And we can understand that. My point in saying all this is it's really, really important, especially in this time, to prioritize not only our health, but the longevity of our health. And even if you take it back to a biblical sense, right? Like We are made in the image of God. This is a temple. And if you do not take care of that temple, you are disrespecting the Creator. You are taking for granted this amazing gift that we have. And I also think a really important paradox, may we call it, that I really, really like is there are people, and I'm not here to condemn or to shame, there are people who are morbidly obese in this world, right? And the lie that they tell themselves is that the work necessary, maybe the suffering in that, necessary to lose the weight and to change their life is worse than dealing with that negative quality of life every day. And that is not the truth. I'm not trying to single out people who struggle with weight and obesity. My point is that if we have the wrong perspective on hard work and the fruits of our labor, the fruit of our hard work, then we can get stuck in these cycles that do not benefit us. So I use that perfect example to say that living in a low quality of life every day, trust me, is more painful and more difficult over the course of time than the work it takes to change that. Go back if you need to hear that again. Or rather, I will say it again. Consistently living with the low quality of life that comes with a lack of health, a lack of movement, a lack of sunlight, a lack of good sleep and proper nutrition is worse and more difficult to endure over a long period of time than it takes to change your circumstance, than the work it takes and the discipline required to make change. So those two things, the work and the discipline that you're so scared of, perhaps, I promise you, is net easier in the long run than it is enduring this negative quality of life, than it is enduring anxiety and depression, than it is enduring the difficulty of merely walking or enduring a lack of self-confidence and perhaps acne and gut issues and all these things that just make life unbearable at times. Like, that's hard. That's hard to endure. Your baseline quality of life is already difficult. So the alternative being difficult, it's just a different type of difficult, and though you don't have to endure it because there is an outcome on the other side. There is light on the other side. If you're watching this video and you have never really taken a stand against perhaps your lack of health or your negative eating habits or malnutrition or a lack of movement because it's hard or it's uncomfortable, listen, life is going to be uncomfortable, period. Life promises very few things, one of which is suffering. You will suffer by circumstance. There's no human in the world that lives a full life empty of suffering. And so the more you choose to suffer willingly in pursuit of a positive outcome, the more prepared you are anyway to deal with the suffering life's going to throw at you. But if you're somebody who chooses comfort your entire life and never wants to wake up early, has never seen the sunrise, and doesn't want to have a lettuce bun on their hamburger, or isn't willing to experience a heart rate in zone 3 or 4, you're going to be broken by circumstance when circumstance becomes less than ideal. And so if you don't believe me and aren't convicted by the first thing I said, then hopefully that adds an entire another layer of conviction. Now, my conviction is not enough for you to make a change, which is a huge thing we talk about in my program. And that's something for you to learn as well. On a complete side note, if there are people in your life whom you desperately want to see change in, your conviction for them to change will never be enough. The only thing you can be is a role model. The only thing I can be truly, which I hope this and my business is something that reflects that, is a role model. I'm not just sitting here telling you why being healthy and prioritizing health and nutrition and lifestyle habits is going to benefit you. I'm showing you. I'm walking the talk. I hope that you guys can create a conviction for yourself by seeing the fruit of the prioritization I have of fitness in my life, the fruit of the discipline I have in my life. The other beauty that I love about physical discipline and why I'm so passionate about it is because it is a practice that also increases your spiritual discipline. It increases your ability to be disciplined in the other facets of your life that aren't perhaps fitness or health oriented. The discipline it takes to have control over your emotions, to not snap on your wife or your spouse. The discipline required it takes to have patience, the DMV, which I don't have yet, which none of us have. And on the spiritual side, the discipline to be in a healthy monogamous relationship and not consume adult entertainment, and to not cheat on your wife, and to not choose the quick fix dopamine of phone screens or drugs or alcohol or these negative behaviors. That discipline is also built by your ability to be physically disciplined. Physical discipline trickles into spiritual discipline, and I even believe spiritual discipline trickles into physical discipline. Discipline is a muscle that must be built one way or another. Your ability to endure suffering or difficulty for the greater good of something in the long run is a muscle. It is something you practice. It is not something you can just be convicted into. I assume 99% of people who watch this video aren't just gonna start living a healthy life tomorrow, aren't gonna start working out 7 days a week if it's not even a part of your current regimen. It takes time, it takes practice, but I promise you, the difficulty that you so dread in moving your body or getting up earlier, changing your eating habits is a lot less difficult than the reality of a cancer diagnosis or a diabetes diagnosis. That's unmatched. That's pure regret. That's wishing that you, who's watching this right now, would have made the better decision now so that your future self could thank you later when that tumor came back benign and it was just a growth and it wasn't a reflection of your negative eating patterns, right? Or when you go to the doctor and you do have clean scans or you do get a good healthy blood test back. That self will thank yourself now based on your decisions. I could go on and rant about this, but I just think everything I just said is condensed and to the point enough and maybe emotionally charged enough for me to just leave it at that. Again, if any of you guys are truly in a place where you want to financially invest in becoming a well-rounded individual who will be truly effective going into your 30s, I'll have the link down below to book a free one-on-one with me, and I would love to learn about your current situation.